Well, as I stated, I was going to get to work on a Bendix power brake booster to replace the one in the Bel Air. The one in the Bel Air, when the engine compartment gets hot from being on the road for a long time, it's stiff for turning, and if you go to brake, it doesn't have any power assist unless you pull the pedal back with your foot from under the pedal. So like when I release the brakes, they're releasing but not completely, to where it's like 1/8 of an inch from the pedal coming all the way back up. And like I say, if I put my foot under the pedal and pull it that little bit back up, I have great power assist. But if I don't, I have no power assist. The brakes work, but just without power assist. And it only does it once the car's really been driven on the road like for a long time and the engine compartment's really hot. So I think it's something in the power booster, because I've replaced the master cylinder, I've gone through all the braking system in that whole car, and it made no difference, you know, in the past. So this is what I'm putting it down to, is the power booster. And so anyway, here we go. I'm going to mount my other GoPro up to the bench, and we're going to tear that booster apart. Also, I think I'm going to do this video in 3 parts. So one part will be disassembling the booster, another part will be cleaning it and painting it, and then another part reassembling it with the new parts. I'm going to start working on taking this power brake booster apart. Surprisingly, these screws are coming undone. Well, this one did anyway. Might need to put a crescent wrench on this one or something to turn it. Use my ratcheting screwdriver here. I'm just going to go around and break them all free, because I have a feeling they're all going to be kind of tight. That one I was able to break with the screwdriver. Oops. There we go. Don't want to round any of them out. Take this apart, figure out what's wrong. Well, I don't know if anything's wrong with this one. This is just one from a parts car. But the one that's in the car right now, I'll eventually take it apart and see if we can't figure out what the issue is with it. There we go. Alright, that's all. The screws are loose. Usually I have my radio on, but when I'm recording I can't turn it on, so I'm not gonna get a copyright violation for it. I've been posting on Instagram a lot of cars from my past old slides. I've been going through my dad's old slides and stuff, so those have been going up. Sounds like my prostate surgery isn't going to happen for a month and a half, 2 months, so I might as well just get some things done I want to get done before summer. And this is one thing I want to get done before I start driving the Bel Air a lot, is take care of that power brake booster issue. So I don't know if I'm going to put this one on, the new one, or fix the original one that's on it, which was off a parts car, because that car did not have power brakes when I bought it. But it does now, obviously. And I I took the booster apart, bead blasted it, painted it, was going to rebuild it myself, but I couldn't get the guy that, only one guy had this big seal, and he wouldn't sell me just that seal. He would only rebuild the booster, so I eventually had no option but to send it to him. He didn't send me the same one back, no doubt about it. Oh wow, this one's in nice shape. Wow. Yeah, I like that. No pitting. This is in good shape. This is what I need if somebody has one of those, but I suspect that it's a... Let me get this all apart here. I'm going to take this push rod out. I suspect on the booster on the car there's some valves in here that I think have swollen up. I think maybe a little brake fluid got in it, but that seal is good. This, I don't see anything needs replacing on this. You can see it had a line of stuff in it at one time, but I don't see any any real damage in the booster. So let me separate these two halves here. I'll probably have to drive this out because I cannot pull that out. So once I get to the back side, I'll probably have to drive it out. But let me get some tools here. I'm using my old camera here, so I hope that it records okay. And I noticed the batteries aren't very charged. I haven't used it in a while, so I'll keep an eye on it, make sure they don't go drop dead on me, the batteries. I got new batteries for my GoPro 8 Black. I suspect somebody, when they took the master cylinder off this, that push rod was stuck in the bore of the master too, and they just cut it off, not realizing that that's part of the power brake booster. See, there's some rubber seals down in behind this. And I don't know if that's what's bad or if it's something in here with this valve. This booster's in good shape. I think it would have worked. I'm going to clean it up and put it back together with the original. Well, no, I'm not. That's torn, and you can see where it's been torn for a while because that is supposed to go over that, not... See, it was through that, like that, and it's not supposed to be like that. That is supposed to be through this push rod. This push rod unscrews from this. Let me supposed to come out of there. So I think there's seals and stuff in here too. But anyway, we'll horse with that when we get to it. But everything's looking okay on this booster. I think it would have totally worked. I'm gonna take a punch and tap this out, and then maybe I don't think my vise will show on that camera, so I'll stop it here for a moment. So I just set a socket that fits pretty good over that so I don't damage anything here. That doesn't want to come out. It may need a little penetrant in there for a little while. I don't want to bust anything, so I'm going to be careful with it. It's a little rubber seal at the end here, so I'm actually pounding on rubber, but it's butted against that metal. Yeah, I'm going to soak that. I don't want to take a chance on damaging it. I took that, see, this is the seal. I took that off. And this you got to be careful of. The kit does not come with a new one of them. So I'm going to be very careful I don't damage that. I'm going to try and clean it up without damaging it. Make sure all those ports, all these ports and everything are clear. It's really not in bad shape. I can see through those ports. They all appear to be clear. Anyway, I'm going to very carefully clean this up. I think it's pretty much all disassembled, other than, you know, I got to be careful of this and get that piece out there, and then I can start blasting up the case. I'll take the rest of this apart so I can paint those pieces disassembled. It'll come out a little nicer. I very carefully took my screwdriver, these were just kind of underneath these lip edges, and just kind of slipped it in there and popped this off all the way around, because I don't want anything to happen to that. That goes in here, and that's what holds the seal out against the board. So that has to be reused, it looks like, because like I say, I don't, unless it's in that seal in the new kit. No, it's not. It comes with this new felt packing for in here. That's the felt that goes around right here. But it does not come with that little metal ring spring clip, so be ultra careful of it. I'm going to put it back in here to protect it. And be careful of this too. That's what holds it in. I'm going to set this rebuild kit aside so I don't damage any of this, and this too. This and this I'll set aside because I don't want any of this to get damaged. I got this out. I took a punch. This rubber sits on top of this, and this obviously goes into here. You saw it stuck, and I took a punch from this side and drove it out after putting a little penetrant. This should be moved freely in there. Should not be stuck in there. You should be able to pull it in and out easily. And this would be about this long, a little threaded, looking like an acorn nut almost on the end that goes in the master cylinder, so you can adjust this depth correctly for the master cylinder. If somebody has one of these that isn't cut off, I mean, if you have a parts car or booster or something with no master to where the booster is all, you know, full of rust and stuff and is not repairable, and you want to part with this, let me know, because I need one of these to make another, you know, then I'd have another good booster. Because right now I'd have to rob this component out of the one on the car or something else to make this booster work. I can rebuild this booster using this, and I think this is threaded into this on top of it. And but yeah, that's useless. This gets destroyed pounding it out with a punch. That's a pretty thick piece of rubber. So anyway, there we go. That is pretty much all disassembled. And now for the clean. Oh, and I got this out. Just pulls out. But this should have been through this hole here, like so, you know, all the way up to here though, not through the hole in the boot. I don't know why. Maybe, you know, that's the way it was assembled, like that, which makes 0 sense. This has to go through there. So that was an assembly. You can see that's never been stretched or had anything through it. So this booster may never worked from day one. I mean, I unbolted this from a parts car. Must not have had good power assist or something, but I mean, to look at the inside of this thing, it looks like a new booster. That part of it. This part of it looks pretty good too. The vacuum hose is still good, which I don't think your new kit comes with a vacuum hose, so don't lose that. You may need to reuse it. Oh, and then there's a filter. We'll take that off too. Screwdriver may be too big. Let me see if the camera battery's still going here. It is. Gotta get it out and charge it up. I'm gonna do that as soon as I'm done disassembling this. Alright, I got a call, just hang on a second. Alright, here we go. It is all totally apart and actually in pretty good shape, as you saw from the video. I'm gonna take the little clips out and take this all off. You know, there's a little cotter pin here and a little cotter pin there, and then this whole assembly will come off, and then there's a breather here, which I was in the process, my phone rang, I'm in the process of setting up surgery. It's trying to schedule a date for surgery to have my prostate removed because of prostate cancer. So here we go. We'll get this screw out, and then this little filter thing comes off, and so there, we'll get this stuff off here, and it'll be ready to bead blast this stuff here, and we'll go from there. And I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna bead blast this. Might just hit it real lightly, get some of that corrosion off, but this stuff's in really good shape. And again, if somebody has one of these push rods that goes in here, that actually sticks out the front here, when you take your master cylinder off, this should be sticking out. If somebody has one of these that's not been cut off full length with the little threaded acorn looking nut on the end, you want to part with it, let me know. I'm interested in it. Well, that's it for this video. This is just disassembling it's a Bendix power brake booster for my 59 Bel Air. That's the end of this video. I'm gonna probably do another one of cleaning the parts and painting them, and then a third one reassembling it. So just kind of break them down into shorter videos so it's not one big long video. But anyway, that's it. If you like it, definitely hit the like button if it helps you out or anything. If you like my channel, please subscribe. That 348 engine icon, you can click on it, that'll subscribe you. And thank you for watching my video.